We should form a band.
We should. What would we call that band?
Zero Checker.
I would call it the ZC or something.
The ZC.
For the youngins.
The ZC. Oh my gosh. I can't believe it's episode 9. No one thought we would make it this far.
I know.
Including all of us.
Yeah.
I had
Episode
faith.
9.
Dude, we're going to be doing episode 1000.
Dude,
Okay.
that's
1,000.
That's a lot.
That's
You
that's
are,
many
You're
episodes.
very optimistic of my
Year
lifespan.
9.
Yeah.
Would you guys like to have some experience points?
Yes.
I
please.
like experience
Like
points.
the last 4 episodes.
If I could get a level before we start this one, I'd be happy.
Oh yeah, if we could level up during the encounter, that would be great.
You like instantly get all
Diablo
your
2 style.
Yeah, exactly. You get your HP back.
We just all flash and then we're just automatically better.
Yeah.
Well, let's see here. You can see my notebook that I have. I've written down a couple of things. I've listened back, and we have not awarded experience points in a while. So I'm going to list off a couple of things. And if you guys think I've missed anything, feel free to lobby me, and might be able to give you some more experience points. You guys always know I'm open to being lobbied.
Do we need to bring briefcases of cash like in real life?
He's not that
you know,
Would that help?
He's not that kind of lawyer, Chris.
Volodmyra, that encounter, 120 experience points for the Volodmyra fight.
Okay.
What do you think about that?
That's a lot.
I mean, I like it. I mean, too bad for Deuce, but
Yeah.
I mean, I got my experience from the fight in the courtyard, so we're good.
The Tartuccio social encounter, 80 experience points.
Okay.
You should have thrown an ashtray at him, Chris, or just something.
I kind of limp-wristed the brooch at him as he was escorted out the Great Hall.
I thought it was a good move, but then all you did was you lost a brooch of shielding.
Yeah,
I thought it was
I
pretty
assume it
baller.
had 0 charges. That's my feeling anyway.
You're going to assume that right until you get hit in the face with a magic missile.
Yeah, that's right.
It had 30. The burial of the Deuce. Nice little roleplay moment that got derailed by one bash.
I think derailed's the wrong thing. I think it made the roleplay moment. Thank you.
Sure, we'll go with that.
Okay.
20 experience points for burying the Deuce. Congratulations, guys.
It would only been 10 if I wouldn't have done the weird shit with the bones.
It would
That's
have been,
true.
yeah,
You know what? You're right.
probably more
I'm taking
of all the-
experience for that because he's wearing my finger.
all the necrophilia.
Yeah. Defeating Haps Biden at Oleg's trade post, 40 experience points. He's only level 1, so I can't give you that much.
Shitballs.
And tracking the bandits back to their camp, 20 experience points for doing that. I also took a look at the tracking rules. Boy, we fucked that up, but that's okay. You guys are there.
What did we do
You guys
wrong?
made it. You would have been fine. You might have, if there had been some low rolls from Bash, you might have been delayed a day. If you critically fail the survival check to track, you can't find the track again for 24 hours. So that's the only thing that might have happened. But I don't know. Obviously, I didn't care that much in the moment. So you guys are there. So where does that leave us now, experience-wise, for you guys?
I think that puts us 805.
That's what I get.
Whoa.
That's what I got too.
That's what I got.
Now, I've been looking a little bit at the module and kind of the track that you guys have been cutting through this. There have already been some decision points, by the way. The things that you have decided to do, other things you might have done, blah, 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 blah. So I'm going to say that I reserve the right to lower the experience cap to 1,000 ad hoc if I ever think that that's just what we need to do for the game. You know, we're recording ourselves and letting people listen to it and stuff. And so I don't want you to be too underleveled for things if you decide to skip a lot of content or whatever. But on the other hand, you know, I don't know. So we might level you at 1,000. We might level you at 1,200. What do you guys think about that?
You do.
Great.
I mean, you could level
Works for
us at
me,
8.
as long as we don't have to go fight boars in the forest.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right.
You're
Well,
the
exactly.
benevolent DM. We will bow to your whims.
You know, all my life, all I've wanted is just a room full of people to pay attention to me and, you know, let me talk. And now here I am. Thank you, guys.
I'm sorry, I was tapped out, Mike. What were you saying?
Fine. So we're into episode 9. Let's see, a little recap of episode 8. You guys you guys did a really quick camping session. You took down Haps Biden's people. You tracked the remnants of the bandits back to this bandit camp. and you're here ostensibly to stamp out this little bit of bandit presence. Drei then made the decision to scout the camp solo and is sort of hiding in the bushes, I guess, sort of in the northeastern corner of the bandit camp. And
Do you have a map for that?
Yeah, man, I got a map for you.
That'd be great.
Hang on, let me find that thing. My goodness. It's a very reasonable request. There's the right map. So Drei goes to scout the camp. He's hiding around in the bushes. You'd heard about this camp leader who wields a couple of sickles. And Drei, you see a woman matching that description kind of perk up a little bit and start kind of walking toward you. Doesn't look to you like she's seen you, but maybe she heard something and she's kind of checking it out right now. So, given that she's actively looking for you and given that you are actively trying to avoid notice, I think it might be a good idea actually to put ourselves into some rounds right now. Mm-hmm. Roll some initiative checks. It's you and me back together again, Bill. What do you think? You want to have a little fun?
This always ends so well for me. Let's just see how it goes.
Make a stealth-based initiative check.
26.
Oh, that might have just been exactly what Drei needed.
Make sure that's right, yeah. 19 plus 7.
Okay, and I'll roll a little check here for this person.
51.
51.
51, imagine that. It's crazy.
You know what, Bill? On a normal day, I would have won that check, but you rolled high, man. I scored a 24 on my perception-based check.
That wasn't a gimme for Bill. That was a high roll for you, too, wasn't it?
Our modifiers are pretty similar. I rolled a 16, so I think I probably was slightly favored on that. No, actually, I think Bill was probably slightly favored on that. But anyway, whatever. So look, Bill, I guess you got some choices here. So this isn't depicted very well here, but it looks like you're kind of hidden in these brushes behind a stump. It's important for us to be very clear about what squares constitute cover and what squares do not constitute cover. Anytime that you're in a square that has some foliage in it or has some tree branches in it, I'm going to say that you have the ability to benefit from cover. That's really important because without cover, you can't hide. And if you can't hide, you can't leave the map.
Yeah.
So you're in a position now to make a decision. I mean, you can attack, I guess. It's your turn, or you can try to just make your way out of there. Now, a couple rules here. Now, you are hidden right now. At least in my opinion, you are. Yeah. You can make a hide check if you have cover. And if you succeed the hide check, which would be a stealth check against the perception difficulty class of any people trying to observe you, if you pass that check, then you are hidden as to them. They don't know. Well, they might know what square you're in. In this case, this person doesn't know what square you're in, you think, but they might know what square you're in, but they can't see you. Now, once you are hidden, you can sneak. And the only thing that you need to know about sneak is that you move half your speed, and you have to end your turn in cover, and you make that stealth check along the way. So, man, it doesn't look like you're that far away from the edge of the map. What do you want to do?
I'm going to nope myself right out of this situation. So I'm going to sneak east.
Okay. So it looks like you can move about 3 squares. Now, I know that you're right up against the edge of the map, but obviously, look, even if you leave the map, you're still nearby this sickle-wielding bandit leader. So go ahead and start sneaking, but let's see. Make that stealth check at half speed, and let's see what happens.
25.
25.
I'm keeping this white dice out from now on.
That seems to be a successful sneak.
Is that the one from Vegas?
Yeah.
Ooh, nice. So you have moved 15 feet, creeping through the foliage. Now, lucky for you, it's not really on the map here, but the trees stay pretty dense as you move further east. So you can keep sneaking if that's what you want to do.
Yeah, let's try it. Oh, Jesus. I feel like I'm pushing my luck.
Yeah, dude. Push.
Oh, it's an 18 on the die, so that's 25. No,
Whoa.
26.
Whoa.
25. It's 25.
And actually, I think rules as written would have me rolling these for you, but
Yeah.
I don't like doing that. I like you guys to roll your own stuff. It's fun. Okay, man, you got 1 action left. You're probably about 45 feet away from this person that's looking for you now. What do you do?
Shoot your arrow.
Shoot her. Reveal your location. Shoot her.
Send in the owl.
I'm gonna scream. Can I do Yeah, in the middle of the woods, she's just gonna hear "Hoo!" Distraction. Can I create a diversion?
Oh, you want to create a diversion?
I would like to just pick up like a stick or something and just throw it like not out like towards obviously away from me, but just like 15, 20 feet in the opposite or like farther west or farther south than I am. Like if you're looking at the map, like because I'm far east, she's like center. I would like to just throw it a little bit south so it just pulls her eye away from exactly where I'm at.
Now, guys, the four of you, that I like to mix it up and that I don't care much about sort of the rules and shit like that. Create a diversion is a really good way to become hidden if you are observed and you don't have any cover. Like, hey, what's over there? And then that gives you the opportunity to use a subsequent action to hide. But I guess, Bill, what you're wanting to do is to further draw this person's attention away from you by like Solid Snake style, throwing a stick somewhere or something. Yeah. I'm here for it. I'm into it. I guess that would be a deception check against her. Let me see here. Attempt a single deception check and compare it to the perception DC of the creature whose attention you're trying to divert. I say go for it, man.
It's a 17 on the die.
You know what, man? You've earned this. Tell me what happens.
I've kind of like to feel around on the ground for like a not a stone, but like a piece of wood, probably a fist-sized piece of wood, and I just pick it up and I just kind of underhand toss it as far as I can south, so it just kind of like hits the bushes and just like rumbles around a little bit.
Sure.
And then I just freeze in place.
Okay. I think at this point, the dice have spoken in your favor. Her attention is diverted kind of to the south. She begins looking around over there. And at this point, she has no inkling that there's anyone here. She must have just heard something. You know what I'm saying? She concludes, it must have been just an animal or something. And you're pretty far away now, but you see that she kind of shakes her head, shrugs, and begins walking back toward the campfire. And as you look over to the campfire, you follow her stride over there. You see that there are some other bandits that are sitting around the campfire, kind of milling about. We're going to call them Bandit D and Bandit B. Boy, one of the problems with using letters for this is that I guess you guys might have concluded there might be an A and a C around here too. But
probably an E and an F.
Yeah, there might be an E and an F. But yeah, so Drei, I don't know. I'm picturing like Will Ferrell, in what's that movie where he kind of loses consciousness and like says the right answers all of a sudden. You know what? Maybe I'm taking some credit away from you, man. You got some skills. You fucking sneak back through the forest. You don't make a sound, and then you throw a stick over there and you divert her attention. It's beautiful. It's a perfect performance. Everybody, for Bill Beard.
Yep. Well done, sir. Well done.
Is it just me that's clapping? Is it weird that it's just me?
Chris absolutely kind of weird.
Oh, Chris did? Cool.
Now you're going to think it's a sync point, though. It's going to be terrible.
this is the podcast going to start in a weird spot.
Right. You make your way back to the others who have been waiting for you, about 120 feet away in the thicket.
So I'm going to get back into camp, and I'm going to gather everybody around, and I'm going to get down on the ground and like clear off like on the dirt, and I'm going to set up their camp like football style, old school. I'm going to like put a little hole in the ground. Look, this is the fire. This is where she's at. There's two guys sitting over here around the southeast and the south part of the fire. That's all I saw. How do you guys want to move forward? You guys want to go in there? You want to bypass them and run?
I think we all see like Drei is like super excited to share this, right? He's still trying to ingratiate himself with the group, and he is just like adrenaline's just dripping off of him. He's so excited. Bashk is excited. Bashk says like we should definitely investigate this, but we need to take at least one of these people alive and question them and find out what's going on. Are there more of them? Where's their camp? And he says, I want to find out more about this these medallions we found with the picture of the bandit with the man with the antlers. I want to know if he's a part of this and where we can find him. So if we can take one of these people alive.
Bashki, you haven't brought up like the whole antler thing out loud with any of us, right?
I have not. No.
Okay.
Your player characters, the characters don't know.
He seems to have a fascination. He seems to be fixated on it, though, based on this conversation.
Right. I think,
So, Drei, when you were up there kind of sneaking around, you saw them hanging around the fire. Did you see anyone else, or did they have any, like, defensive positions set up, or any alarming things, or anything like that?
It just looked like they were alert, but they weren't defensively set up for anything. It's like they were listening and watching the woods, but they weren't. They didn't have like defensive positions.
Did they have any distinguishing marks that might clue us in that there's more of them?
No.
Like
Any letters hovering above their head?
One was wearing a T-shirt that said D.
And one was wearing a badge that said D.
And I talk about
with you guys. So X and J and P.
I tell them that about the girl I saw with the twin blades, the twin axes. You know, assuming that she's in charge.
So if we engage, what's our plan? Like who do we want to take out first? Sounds like she's the leader. I think we take her out.
So we focus her.
Yeah.
We get her going, and then let the other ones fall where they may. But as far as I know, there's only 3, and I think 4 of us can take on 3 people. I'm not going anywhere near her though, because she has axes, and I've learned my lesson.
Sickles, yeah.
Did you?
Did I? Maybe.
Okay.
So how do you guys want to do this? You just want to, hey, diddle right up the middle? You want to
wait? Hang on. Talk to me about what "hey diddle right up the middle" means.
Just run straight into the camp,
Straight up.
straight up the middle.
You don't even need a lead blocker. You just go.
You just go.
Go.
Don't get all sports on me. All right, go.
Mitch is not a tactician at all in this kind of thing, so he's gonna assume that somebody else has more knowledge and how to.
With it being based on 3 and my memory of where they were all at, if we're gonna go and try and take out the leader first, then I feel like we should come in from the north. Michael, is there a path that would lead along? Like, can we get to the river?
Yeah. So if you're thinking about trying to enter this bandit camp from like a different location, you feel like you could cut a wide arc around the camp. Maintain a lot of distance, and then come at the camp from a different direction.
Yeah, I would like to come in from the shore side, so that way at least there's water behind us. So if anybody comes at from that side, they have to traverse the water.
Yeah. But what you've observed is that there's a stream that cuts right through the center of this camp.
Yeah.
And the stream is totally crossable elsewhere. So like you could cut, 500,000 feet south, cross the stream, then come back around. You know what I'm saying? Or just whatever you want to do.
I mean, how do you guys feel about that?
I like it.
Syria?
Yeah.
You're a master technician?
Sounds like a plan. I'm not the best at the warfare lore, but I've read, stories and accounts of great battles, and this sounds like it could be one for the books. So let's do it.
Didn't Drei learn this in sword school or wherever he went?
Yeah.
Like, shouldn't this been a part of it? How to raid a bandit camp?
Sword Lord High School.
That's right. High school.
Enter the camp GTA style. Is that what I'm hearing?
Yeah, man. Just roll on in there.
No, Mitch kind of toys at the idea, and he's like, no, I don't think that's a great idea.
Just plow right into the fire and go in there stripe style.
I'll tell you what.
The mystery machine just rolling up in the camp.
I think you guys should plow in there in the fucking steam trolley. What's the worst that could happen?
Look, there's about a billion things.
Yeah, I don't like it.
We're not prepped
Like the
for
steam
vehicle
trolley can
combat
catch
right
on
now.
fire while we're in it.
Amiri's with you, by the way. And she's sitting there. She's like, I know we don't know each other very well, but here's what you need to know about me. And she looks at you all and she's like, I fucking hate bandits. Let's go.
Whoa.
I forgot we had a Miri.
Yeah, I'm excited now. Yeah.
I'm going to try to emphasize a point with her. We need at least one of them. I don't care who it is. We just need one of them.
She says, whatever one that is, just make sure I haven't seen them.
Chris Market with a skull.
When Sirio turns away from her, Mitch makes eye contact and kind of shakes his head back and forth. It's like, nah, don't worry about it.
Don't worry about it. All right, so let's get the band back together. Let's get on the road.
Let's go. Yeah, I like the plan. Approaching from the north from the river. Hey, stupid question. Are owls birds? They are birds, right?
Yes.
Sure.
I'm just trying to figure out what the answer would be.
Sorry. What?
What did you think the alternative was?
Yeah, where? Or you can
They're like furry. I don't know.
They got feathers.
I know they're not mammals.
They got hollow bones. They legs.
All right. Cut point.
Are owls birds?
That is not a cut part, Brad.
Cut that episode. Okay.
That is definitely not a cut. Sorry.
Oh, man. Okay, Brad. Well, I don't know. They probably don't have a lot of owls up north, so I get it, man. All right, fellas. I've placed your tokens sort of symbolically on this map up in the north, but I mean, here's the deal. I guess what I need to understand from you is, are you going to try to avoid notice, or are you just walking into this camp?
Fuck them. Walking it. I can't avoid notice.
We got that Tin Man with us.
What is our light situation?
I'm going to say that it's late afternoon. This would be around the time you would start, trying to figure out where to camp. You know what I'm saying?
Well, looks like we found our camp.
This looks like a good spot.
It does look like a great. It's already set up.
Here.
It's already set up.
All right. So you get to this position that you're in right now as depicted on the map, and you hear a bang, and I need everybody to make a perception check.
Someone just got shot.
25.
12 for Mitch.
14 for Bashk.
Brad, you called it with all my practice rolls.
Yeah.
I
One,
just
didn't
rolled
you?
a 1. So,
Well, it's a good place to do it now.
Syria has 7 initiative.
Drei, you see it happen. You see that there is, and you didn't really get a chance to take a look at some of these other features as you were, sneaking around in the bushes over there. But as you're just kind of walking up right now with your friends, walking into this camp like you own it, you see that there are some like treehouse type structure situations that are set up in the boughs of these trees over here. And specifically, there's one over here, and I'm pinging to the southwestern part of the map. You see that there's a bandit here. I don't know. We'll just call him Bandit A.
I didn't.
And what Bandit A has done, he's got a really good line of sight on you guys up in his treehouse, and he has taken an alchemical item, like a little stone, kind of Heisenberg style, and he has tossed it from his perch up there, and it has landed on the ground, and it has gone bang. It has exploded, and it seems to be some kind of alert, because all of a sudden, these bandits that are sitting around the campfire, they're starting to look around like crazy. And then another bandit in this tree over here, kind of south central, we'll just call her Bandit C. She reveals herself, and she, not to be outdone, throws another thunderstone, further alerting the camp. And there appear to be 5 bandits now on the board. And they look around, they see you, they begin converging upon you. I need an initiative check from everybody. Perception-based. Cue the music.
Drei
Skibbity
rolls
bop.
a 26.
Bill Beard, you're hot tonight.
Dude, this white
Drei.
dye from Vegas is on fire.
He's going to be hot right until he's not.
Killing it.
Yep. Right until I need it.
Bashk rolled an 18 for initiative.
Whoa. Nice.
Sirio.
19.
Ooh. There we go.
Mitchell.
16.
So where's the treehouse?
There's one. If,
You gotta zoom out quite a bit. It's over on
you gotta zoom
the
out.
east or the west side, and then there's one.
Oh, it's way
center.
over
Yeah.
there.
Yeah,
I'm not even worried about that, dude. That's
Yeah,
gonna be
it's
the one we take alive.
if we can catch him.
I guess Drei was only in the camp for like a round before
he
left.
didn't have a lot of. He couldn't really see everything either from where he was. I could see where they'd be hidden.
I'm just going to get out of Amiri's way.
Guys, we're gonna find like a letter or a note or something if we kill them all. I mean, come on.
Drei Colmay, it is your turn.
Yeah.
On this, your best night ever of rolling. William,
Yep.
I wish you luck.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
Defer.
All right, so
Defer.
and I'm gonna sit this out, guys. I don't really want to. I don't feel violent tonight. All right, so Drei
Pacifist tonight. I understand.
is not even gonna move. He's gonna pull out the longbow and he's gonna go to work.
Go to Bowtown.
Going to Bowtown.
Bowton. You're going to go to Bowton.
Bowtonville.
So Drei is going to target the dual-wielding lady because I don't know her name. Going to hunt prey and have a 16 on a die.
You're going to fucking one-shot her. You rolled a 16 on the die? What's your total?
So that would be a 23.
You darn near crit her, but not quite. Yeah, I mean, you just like... So you walk across this river. You just walk into this camp. A bang goes off. Out comes the bow, and you just fire this arrow at her, and it hits her. Roll some damage.
2d8. So that's a 7 plus.
I think that's it, unless you took the composite.
Yeah, it's just 7. It's just a 7
from Biden.
From Biden.
He had a composite longbow.
He did have a composite longbow. So you rolled 2d8 and the total was 7?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, that arrow lodges sort of in her shoulder, and it doesn't look good. She's still alive, but holy.
Mark, that's it. That's all my moves.
Sirio.
I will defer to be after Amiri.
Bashk, you have the opportunity to act next.
All right. So first, Bash is going to move down here. Oops, hold on. Maybe he will. Yeah. All right.
Yeah, you're approaching the camp.
Oh yeah, he's getting in range. And then he's going to cast Grease on her.
Yeah.
On
Grease is the word.
Yeah, on her square. And this is 4 contiguous 5-foot squares. So he's going to hit her and then down to B. So there'll be Grease on her square and then the 2 to the east.
Okay. All right. Yeah. So you're going to grease the bandit leader and bandit B.
Yes.
Okay. Let me draw that on there. Using the powerful tools of this virtual tabletop. There we go.
What is grease?
Yeah.
Read it through for me.
Sure. All solid ground in the area is covered with grease. Each creature standing in the greasy surface must succeed at a reflex save or an acrobatics check against your spell DC or fall prone.
Do I do that now, or do I do that when their turn starts? I suppose I do it now.
Let's say on their turn. I think it'd be because
they've had to start their.
I'll just roll them now, because I guess it doesn't really matter whether I do it now or then. So okay, so I have to do an athletic. I think. So what do I do? An athletics check or
acrobatics or a reflex save?
Okay. Bandit leader is going to roll a reflex save. She's going to hit a 20 total, so I think she stays upright.
Yep.
Bandit B falls on her tuchus.
Good.
Is that difficult terrain now as well, or is that?
No, but creatures using an action to move onto the greasy surface during the spell's duration must attempt either a reflex save or acrobatics check. So it's not difficult terrain, but if anybody moves into one of those squares, they have to also pass the check, or they fall down.
So it sounds like bandit leader can step out and be fine.
Yeah, if
turn rolls around.
Yeah, if she goes to the north or the west, or any of those, not those 3 squares, she
But as far as bandit B, I guess bandit B could take an action and crawl out, or bandit B could attempt to stand up, but then would have to make a check.
Exactly.
Interesting. Okay, yeah. I mean, you're bleeding actions off of them. That's a good round.
Is it just 3 squares, or
you could extend that to a 4th square?
You're right. Yeah. I'm gonna go. So the one west to her.
Beautiful, and really good map drawing on my part.
It's red for the audience at home. It's red grease.
Red grease.
Yeah, it's red grease.
Yeah, that's just the color that came out. I don't know how that happened. Okay, that's Bashk's turn. That takes us over to Mitchell Groning.
Wow, they rolled shitty on there. Okay,
that they did.
I don't know. Mitch doesn't really know how this party works together yet with Drei. So he did make a purchase. He purchased a composite longbow. I think he's going to give that a shot. But first he's going to spin his armor up.
Shoo-ba-da-bop-bop-bop. She goes like that.
Hold on a second. This could be a critical success.
Wow.
18 on the
Stop
die.
Everything.
Plus 7.
Stop everything.
DC for my level. What did we decide that was? Still
15.
level 1.
It's 15.
It's an 18 on the die plus 7. That's a 15. Critical success.
Yeah.
25.
Yep.
You've crit. What does it mean?
Your gizmo goes into a state of incredible efficiency called critical overdrive, adding great power to your attacks. Your strikes deal additional damage equal to your intelligence modifier for 1 minute.
What?
Yep.
Oh my god.
Let's see if I can hit this guy with a bow.
Let's see. Whenever Brad says I'm going to power up my armor, I feel like I picture him like with a lawnmower starter on his chest, And he's just yanking it until it kicks.
And so I'm gonna say right. This one on the first pull. This is definitely the first pull. So I'm gonna penalize myself here and say that I did not have my bow out when I crossed the stream. I had my sword. So drop it with free action, pull out my bow, and fire at A.
All right.
Because I don't think I've got a view of anyone else with this giant fucking shrub in front of me.
Oh, yeah. Okay, so I see. So you're kind of... So Bashk has greased over to the party's left as you're facing you. Right. Meanwhile, you swivel to the right, and you go for Bandit A, which originally saw you guys up in its treehouse.
Right. I'm going to see if I can just knock him out of his fucking house.
Okay.
Oh, maybe not with that roll. It's an 11 on the die, and I had my dex to that, right? Or that's...
Yes.
Dex so and Bab.
15.
15 total?
Mm-hmm.
What's the range on that bow?
120.
Oh, well, I think that we call that a hit.
Yes. So I'm going to do a 1d8 plus 4 plus my strength, half my strength modifier. So it's 1d8 plus 6.
Okay.
Oh, fuck. It's only a 2 on the die. So it's an 8.
8 damage total?
8 damage total.
Well, you fought a lot of people that have 8 HP in this module. And Bandit A up in his treehouse is no exception. Let loose that arrow. It flies like 100 feet, and it lodges itself into the forehead of this bandit up in his tower. He falls out of the tower and falls to the ground, and it is obvious to everybody that he is very dead.
Sirio sees this happen. He's like, I got to rethink my class choices. I want some of this armor.
If you could insert a Wilhelm scream at this point, because he's falling out of the treehouse, then that'd be great.
It's just like, so your armor is just like glowing and sparking.
Awesome.
Yeah, and it like forces your arm back in this efficient manner. You almost break the fucking bow
it's
as you pull the thing back. Yep. Amiri's like, what the hell is that? And the arrow just flies comically fast, streaks across, kills this guy.
That's pretty awesome.
Okay. All right, so we're not taking him captive.
Nope.
I guess he's not getting questions.
He's not coming with us.
This would have been Bandit A's turn, but he's dead. So I'm just going to remove him from the order. That takes us then to Bandit B. Interesting. Bandit B, who is prone. Okay. Bandit B is going to take one action to crawl out of the grease into this square here. A second action to stand up from prone. And a third action to draw a weapon. And that weapon is going to be a short bow. And that's all Bandit B can do. That takes us, ladies and gentlemen, Amiri. Hey, you know what? I got some art for Amiri. In fact, I got art for all these NPCs, and I keep forgetting to show you guys. Do you want to see Amiri here?
Uh-huh.
Absolutely, we do.
You don't have a choice.
Nope.
Boom. There she is.
Oh,
Look
wow.
at that.
Oh, that's badass.
That's a big sword.
Yep.
Dude, she looks
that is her.
like, she looks like you would not want to mess with her.
No, but she kind of suffers from, she doesn't wear any armor like in her, on her stomach, which just seems kind of like not a good idea to me, but I guess she doesn't care. She's got some scars there. She's good to go.
Adds the steel, Mike.
Yeah.
Let's see here. Take a second and try to learn how to play Amiri.
He's going to rage and charge.
Rage, charge.
I can give you some pointers. Rage, charge.
What's her hilt made of on her sword? What are those?
Ooh, horns?
Yeah.
It looks like those are like a mammoth tusk or something. Yeah, she's from the Mammoth Lords.
Oh.
You guys know a little bit about that from our Mammoth Lords campaign. Amiri is not going to rage yet because she's got some tactics to her. She's going to actually take one move action to get right here. That's going to put her within 50 feet of Bandit B, and she's going to use a sudden charge. She's going to charge Bandit B. Having ended her double movement in melee with Bandit B, she's going to resolve a free strike versus Bandit B. That's a 2 on the die. That's going to miss Bandit B. Miri, ladies and gentlemen. Actually, let me just make sure. I'm kind of assuming, but then again, I don't know. She probably does. Let's see what she adds to her strike. Yeah, that's going to miss. Okay, but Amiri is now in great position to do some damage later on in the fight. I think that brings us then to Sirio.
Yep. So Sirio is going to move up 25 feet. And then I still think I'm not in my first range increment. So I'm going to, with the penalty, produce flame at the bandit leader holding the 2 sides.
Okay.
I got a 16 total.
That'll hit.
Ooh, 5 fire damage.
You know,
Nice.
she doesn't look bad, but she doesn't look good. You guys are doing some damage.
Does that set the grease on fire?
Oh, yeah.
Starts a grease fire. Okay, then that takes us to the bandit leader. The bandit leader is going to step out of the grease. She's got some smarts. Oh man, Amiri has left herself open. She has stepped into melee with Amiri. This character is going to use an ability called Sickle Flurry. She can do this once per round. The requirement is that she wields her sickles in each hand, and the effect is that she attacks with both sickles, making 2 strikes at the same target across a single action. Apply the multiple attack penalty normally. Here comes the first sickle at a +8. That is an 8 on the die for a total of 16. My suspicion is that'll miss Amiri, but let me just make sure. It does miss Amiri. Okay. This next one then at a +4, 14. Wow, both of them miss. Interesting. Okay. I think at this point she's actually going to... she's going to get out of melee with Amiri. Instead, she's going to go take a little bit of cover, and she's going to move into these bushes and get just a little bit of environmental cover. That's going to be the end of the bandit leader's turn. That takes us then to Bandit C. Bandit C's got...
May I have attack of opportunity?
She does not. As a barbarian, she does not have AOO. Bandit C is going to shoot her short bow at Amiri. That's going to be a hit on Amiri for a d6 of damage. That's going to be 6 damage on Amiri.
Oh, shit.
So Amiri's just like, oh! She's going to knock another arrow, fire again. 8 on the die, not going to do it. And a third, 15 on the die with the multiple attack penalty. That's not going to hit anything. And that takes us then to Bandit D. And Bandit D sees the grease, takes a move action, 5, 15, 20, 25, and another move action right here into melee with Bashk. So running in toward Bashk, and then he's going to draw a dagger and stand in front of Bashk with this dagger. And that's going to do it. That's going to take us into round 2. Drei, you are up.
All right. So Drei's going to call Hoot.
You got to make the sound, man. You got to do it. Hoot!
So he's going to call Hoot, and Hoot is going to fly down to D in this area here and just act in his supporting role and wait for me to create an opening. And then I'm going to pull the bow, and I'm going to just fire twice at D. 16?
That'll hit.
That's a D8, and then Hoot's going to do his thing, which is...
Oh, man.
Yeah.
D4 bleed plus dazzle.
Yeah, D4 bleed plus that. So the D4 bleed is...
Well, that'll run on D's turn, actually. That's when that bleed will go off.
If he gets one.
All right. So the damage from the shot is 7.
Oh, God. Shit. Okay. Yeah, that almost kills him outright. Bill, you're rolling out of your mind.
And then I just put a 19 on the die plus 7, so that's a 26.
Yeah, map it though. That goes to a 21. That's still a
21.
hit. I think you just killed this guy.
Wow.
And that's an 8 on the die. Plus,
Oh my
yeah,
God.
just an 8.
So you fire 2 arrows. The first one goes into his neck. The second one goes into his head. I mean, you're just headshotting these bandits. You guys are looking at Drei. He's like a... He's like a, I don't know what he is. He's like a hitman over here.
He's just super amped up. Like every time an arrow hits, you hear him like squeak. Like he's just super pumped. He's ready to be in this fight.
I'm sitting here thinking it might be cool if Amiri gets to rage. She's not going to have the time. In fact, you guys are going to have to convince her to not kill the final bandit here in a moment. Bashk Trand, it's your turn. Bandit D ran up to you, pulled a dagger, and then arrows appeared in his head, and he died.
Yeah.
So you're fine.
I like how that happened. That was, it was like 6 seconds, and dude just dropped with 2 arrows in his face.
Yeah,
it's pretty
this
awesome.
is just not going well for my guys.
Yeah. So he is going to target Bandit C, and he is going to use... Bash is going to use Ray of Frost. So
Now, Bandit C does have a +1 armor class from cover, since there's kind of a tree in between you, but you still can see Bandit C.
Yeah.
But I just wanted to tell you that.
he's not up.
Bash
he's
would know
in
there's
the
little
tree.
cover.
Yeah, you're right. Okay, I was thinking he was above the tree. But nah, we're still gonna try it.
Okay, yeah, man, do it.
All right. So how about total of 14? So you said -1, so 13.
That will miss.
That'll miss. Okay, so that was 2 attack actions, or 2 actions. Next action, he's going to tell Dundee to run down here, double move to be right in front of the bandit leader.
Ooh.
Oh boy.
Excellent. I'm thrilled.
Poor Dundee.
Okay. Mitch.
Well,
You know, Drei kind of, I don't know, but you're keeping up. You guys have both just...
We're having an archery
stealing my
contest,
thunder
me and
here.
Mitchell.
I'm trying to see if a composite longbow is, what's the reload on that? Is that
It's 0.
It's a
You can
zero
just
reload.
keep firing.
My problem that I have right now is getting to a point where they don't have massive amounts of cover. Like, how much of a penalty am I going to take shooting at the boss?
You know, with that bush in between you and the boss, there'd be a -1 penalty.
Okay.
But if you were to move, you know, kind of into this square,
Which I can, yeah. So I
or
will.
maybe this square, yeah.
Mitch is going to move to the other side of the tree that I'm at.
You know, I'm sorry. No matter where you move, she's going to have that +1
because
cover.
she's
She
in-
ran
she's
into the
in.
bushes.
Right. I'll still move up then, and then take a shot at. Actually, I want to make sure I'm not within. I have to be more than 30.
Oh, because of that volley thing.
Yeah.
You take a penalty to the attack roll if you're too close with this big old bow.
Yeah. And I'm still critically overcharged, so let's see if I can get this hit off. Natural 20 on the dice.
No.
Done.
No.
Got my crit deck and everything open.
Get this man a card. Get this man a card.
I don't think we're going to need it, but
All right, so this would be piercing,
this is piercing, yes.
heart shot, triple damage.
Oh,
crit effect.
no.
The target takes 1d4 persistent bleed.
Oh my god.
So triple
damage.
Is
So
your bow?
triple-
I think your bow might be deadly. Also,
Yeah, you get the deadly.
It's a deadly D10. Yep.
D10. So, okay, so triple damage plus a D10 plus all your other stuff. You know what, Brad? Just take a moment. Yeah, do it because she does have busy. You know, you're probably gonna kill her, but
Probably.
you never
Unless
know.
he would have to lose dice.
So what gets tripled? Is it the
It's your half strength damage, and I'm
strength.
going to say that the critical overdrive damage gets tripled too.
okay, so that's 12.
I could be wrong on that, but I don't care.
That's 16 damage right there. So it's
Before he rolls.
3d10. 7 and a 5. 3, 7, and a 5.
15.
Okay.
Wow.
And then you get that extra deadly D10 as well. The fourth D10.
That's a 4.
Okay.
19
So
plus
did anyone
16.
listen to the-
19.
19 plus 16.
I guess we need to look at the massive damage rules here. No, I'm just kidding.
I think we know him.
Yeah, the arrow goes into one of her eyes and it just kills her. Like, it's just, the force behind this thing is crazy. She's dead. You have walked up to the bandit leader and you have killed her.
You guys are all using aim bots and getting headshots, and it's pretty awesome.
Well, I still have an action. So I'm going to take a pot shot at B as well. May as well.
right.
I'm right here. That is going to be an absolute miss with the 9 on the die.
Man alive. Okay, well, that's going to take us to Bandit B. Bandit B, let's see, crawled, stood up, drew the bow. Boy, that bow's not going to really help with a Miri here. So Bandit B is going to drop the bow, pull a dagger, target a Miri, and go to work. That's a hit on a Miri. That's going to be a D4 plus. I believe that's going to be a D4 plus 2, but let me just make sure. Just a D4 plus 1. Ooh, sad. 2 damage to a Miri. And another dagger strike to try to end this. That'll be a miss. And Amiri takes a look at Bandit B. And she's like, I hate bandits! And she'll rage, which this is all I wanted to do all night. So I'm glad we all get to do what we want. You guys get to one-shot bosses, and I get to do a little bit of rage with Amiri. Yeah, so she's going to rage. And a couple things will happen. Her AC will drop by 1. She'll get an extra 6 damage to her melee attacks. And this bastard sword will go to a D8 plus 10. 10 if she hits. She's two-handing it, so it'll be a D12 plus 10.
Oh, wow.
So she's gonna...
Why am I not playing a barbarian?
Wow.
God, they're good.
Because you're one-shotting people with arrows instead. I mean, you're doing just as much damage, I think.
Here comes the bastard sword at a +7. Come on, Miri, get it done. 17 total. That's going to be a hit. D12
That's
plus
a crit,
10.
isn't it?
No, not quite a crit, but just the strength damage alone is going to kill this guy. That's going to be 19 damage to Bandit B, and Bandit B is obliterated in a single hit. And Amiri just takes her third action, and she's just going to be like, yeah! As she has cleaved this guy in half, and that is the end of Amiri's turn. She's had the best day of her life just now. It's Bandit C's turn. Bandit C is going to jump.
It's Sirio's
Should
turn.
be Sirio.
Oh, it's Sirio's turn. Oh, man. And here I've tipped my hand. Chris, go ahead.
I'm going to fire up a heal spell to heal some of that damage that Amiri took. And she heals 9.
Oh my
God. She doesn't notice.
And then
She's too pissed.
And then I'm going to move forward a bit and kind of take cover behind this stump.
Okay. That takes us to Bandit C. Bandit C is going to jump from this treehouse, hit the ground, take a d6 of damage. 1 damage. Bandit C is going to use her second action and her third actions to begin running. Yeah, pretty much leaves the map. Just starts dashing straight to the south. We got to chase, dudes. That is going to take us back to Drei.
How many moves can I make? I'm going to double
3.
move.
You can triple move if you want to.
So that's...
What's your speed?
Speed is 30.
Oh, okay. Good. Your same speed as I.
All right, so I'm going to hunt prey, and then I'm going to move to there, and then I'm going to shoot at C.
Bow. What's the range on that bow?
120, I think?
Or, longbow. Yeah, it'll be 120.
Wrong button. Range is
it's
100
100,
feet.
yeah.
Oh, it's
You got
it's within range. 15.
Even with the cover from the trees, that is going to hit.
And that's a 7 on the damage.
Oh my god.
The arrow lodges into the back of C and almost kills C outright.
Wow.
But C is not taken out by that.
Well, if you guys want to try and take one alive, this is your last chance.
Bashk Trand.
I think Bashk is going to yell out, "Stop if you want to live. Go no further."
Okay. Bandit C says, "Fuck you."
Turns on her shoulders. Yeah, go fuck yourself, lizard man. Boy, what can I do here? Can you do a non-lethal spell attack?
I don't know.
Yeah.
Let's
I don't either.
Google it.
We've never had to ask this question before.
Right?
I don't.
That's usually the opposite of what you're trying to do with.
Pathfinder.
This is why Agents of Edgewatch didn't work, because the whole non-lethal thing.
Spell attack. Non-lethal spell attacks. Going to Reddit. Let's see. Let's see if a Redditor knows. Only weapons. There are a few spells that have the non-lethal trait by themselves, like Phantom Pain. Beyond that, the Wizard Metamagic non-lethal spell is the only way to deal non-lethal spell damage. Yes, non-lethal damage applies only to weapons, though wizards can make non-lethal spell metamagic. So it looks like Drei, you only have the power of death, sir.
Well, that's a bummer.
Could you command Dundee just to, like, bite his ankle?
He's too far away too. That's the problem.
Well, we can track this guy. I mean, we've got him marked.
We
so.
got him tracked.
He's bleeding.
Yeah. I'm gonna go ahead and I'll defer. Maybe somebody else can figure out a way to.
This can take us to Mitchell.
Yeah.
Drei turns around and looks at Mitchell and is literally jumping up and down, just yelling, "Shoot him!"
Yeah, Mitch is gonna no facial expression, but he has to walk back to the shore and grab his sword. He's kind of pissed that he dropped it right now. So, and then he will move 60. I think he's got, since he's overcharged, he's got a movement speed of 30 right now with 2 actions down there. So start the chase, but I don't think he's gonna be able to get to the guy.
Well, if you moved and then picked up the sword, that'd only leave 1 action.
Oh,
left
right.
over to
Okay.
move.
Yeah, that's right. So back. We'll just say I'm back down back next to Drei.
That's going to take us to Amiri.
That's a double charge right there.
let's do a little bit of measuring. Is Amiri going to have the presence of mind? Yeah, Amiri's got it. Amiri can move and then sudden charge, and she can reach the bandit.
She's got to do a reflex save through the grease, though.
Oh, she's got to do a reflex. Well, awesome. Let's see. 5, 10, 20, 25. So if I take a move around, am I within 50? I'm within 55.
Yep.
Oh, the grease. Yeah, so she can't. So she is just going to move 50 feet. So she takes off after Bandit C, gets right pretty close to Bandit C, but can't quite attack yet. She is mad. Have I said that enough? She is mad. Bandit C will take 3 move actions and will leave the map. So Bandit C is off in the woods running, but you know.
Oh, I got skipped again.
Oh, you did?
Yep.
Shit, man. I'm sorry. It's it's because I wrote your name real small over here. Sorry, Sirio. It is your turn. I apologize.
Yeah, I'm gonna move up. Do a double move, and let's see how far I can get. Avoiding the grease because don't want to get
greasy.
dirty. Gonna come up here, and I'm going to try and intimidate Bandit C. Like, don't move a step further. Would that be a demoralize attempt?
Well, demoralize can just give them the frightened condition. You're probably looking at the request action, but I think in order for the request action to work, I think they've got to be kind of like helpful and stuff toward you. I'm not sure there's a way you can restrict the bandit's autonomy to not run away beyond some sort of something to stop them physically.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, under the definition of intimidation, it is you bend others to your will using threats. So it seems to me that if you shout a command and you intimidate
them. That may be
them,
more in like having a conversation. I don't know. I'll demo shout. Just cause. Oh, that's a nat 20.
The target becomes frightened too. This dude's scared. Yeah, I'm taking a look at intimidation. So we got coerce, which it takes a minute of conversation, and then we've got demoralize, which is the frightened. So yeah, you put this debuff on. That will lower the armor class of Bandit C, which will make it easier to land like a non-lethal bow attack or something if that's what you want to do. But C continues dashing through the woods, moves another 75 feet. That's going to take us to Drei.
So I'm going to move 60 feet. So wait, how far is that? Now I got to do math.
Train A leaves Pittsburgh at 4 p.m. Train B leaves D.C.
You'll be within range. You'll be
There's
within range.
There's a 7-degree grade.
Yeah, if you move 60 feet, you'll be 95 feet away from Bandit C.
So I'm going to move 60 feet, and I'm going to... How do you shoot a non-lethal bow? I'm going to pull an arrow out and break the tip off of it.
Basically,
you're aiming for like the foot or the calf or something.
So let's see if I can have the magic die one more time.
Come on, man. Come on, Bill.
It's a natural 18 plus 7.
Oh my God,
Bill.
Do 2d8 non-lethal damage, man. I think you got it.
Yeah. 16.
Yeah, I mean, it's... Wow. What?
I'm retiring. I'm retiring.
You rolled 2d8? You rolled 2d8s?
Yeah.
8? You rolled 8 twice?
Yeah.
man. Rolling rocks.
Well, this is a good night for you, man.
I'm going to retire Drei after tonight. This will be his final appearance.
Oh, my
Mike
gosh.
will take care of that, don't worry.
Yeah, so Bandit C ends up unconscious, lying in the foliage. About 150 feet south of the bandit camp. The other 3 bandits are dead. There's grease everywhere, all kinds of crap. What do you do?
Drei is super excited. He is running around to everybody.
Yeah,
he's like, did you see that? Did you see what we just did?
Amiri comes up to Drei and just smacks you on the ass like a football player. She's like, yeah! Does that make you uncomfortable, Bill? Sorry about that.
No, I don't mind. I played football.
Yeah, she says, good game.
So, yeah. He's just super, super excited. Probably more excited than he should be.
Yeah, he's been excited since the start, right? He came back at the camp, told us all this. Like, he's just running on adrenaline. Like, he's going to sleep really well tonight. He's just going to have a huge adrenaline jump.
He's going to either sleep well or he's going to start puking in about 5
one of
minutes.
the two.
Drei ate his Wheaties this morning. Oh, no, it was, what was it, fish heads or something?
Yeah, I had
Fish on a stick.
Fish on a
stick this morning. It's delicious.
So, Bask hopes that Amiri's not mad about the grease that ruined her take no prisoners charge, so he's a little concerned about that. But
she's cool.
He's going to run down here. He's actually going to hog tie old Bandit C, and then wake him up, slap him a little bit.
Who's going to question?
Yeah.
And how far are we willing to go?
Well, let's see what answers we get. Let's burn bridges once we get to them.
Who's our best speaker?
It's not me. I have no intimidation at all.
I can intimidate and demoralize. I'm happy to. I think he's not even gonna wait. He's gonna wake this guy up and start asking questions about. He's gonna show him the pendant and who is this? Is this your leader? What do you know about this man?
So this bandit, wake her up, her eyes flutter open, and the scowl hits her face, but she sees she's bound, she sees the corpses, she becomes compliant, and she goes, "That pendant? That marks our boss. He's a monster of a man. He calls himself the Stag Lord. He's a deadeye with the bow. I once saw him crush a lizard folk's head to mush just in one fist. Come to think of it, I've never seen him without his creepy stag helmet on. Some say he ain't got no face under it, but not me. I think that helm is his face. You'll never beat him. Fuck you," she says.
Somebody stab her.
Where is he?
I won't tell you. I'll never tell.
You will tell me. Where is he? And his frill comes out, and let's do an intimidation check. Let's see if we can scare any more.
You gonna coerce?
Yeah, we're gonna try. How about natural 20 for a 24?
Holy shit. And she is frightened. Doesn't that affect?
I think the frightened degrades round to round, so I'm not sure that's in play right now. Critical success. The target gives you the information you seek and agrees to follow your directives so long as they aren't likely to harm the target in any way. The target continues to comply for an amount of time determined by the GM. Okay, so something has come over Bashk. The frill comes out, natural 20 is rolled. It's obvious to everybody here. This guy is mad. This guy is more pissed than you've ever seen him. You've known this guy a couple weeks now. You guys have been on the road together. The bandit goes white, turns almost a little green in response to this. And very quietly, almost as if unaware that it's happening, the bandit spills the information.
Heck yeah.
It's an old fort on the northeast shore of the Tuskwater. She gives you the location. I'll ping it on your map when it's time. But she says it again. She's like, you don't stand a chance, though. He's too powerful.
Look what we did to your crew.
We'll see.
In seconds. Look what we did to
minutes.
your crew in seconds.
Yep. So Sierra is going to kind of step up and gonna good cop this situation. Kind of put a hand on Bask's shoulder and say, "Hey, calm down a little bit. It's fight's over. We need to." And then I'll look at Bandit Scene. He's like, "Hey, so what's your name?"
She's like, "Can I get a Coke?"
I have Coke. I have Coke Zero.
Oh, never mind then. She says. She says, "My name's Mabel. What's yours?"
Hey, Mabel. I'm Sierra Sertova. You may have heard of the Sertova family. So, really, as long as you help me, in what we need, I can guarantee your safety.
She says, "Well, what do you need? What do you want to know? I've already told you everything."
Have you ever been to this camp?
Yeah, I mean, sure. I've been in and out, but only his lieutenants and generals live there with him.
So we're gonna need how many there are and how well equipped they are, and we'll get you fed and we'll take you back to civilization.
It's hard keeping track of who's working for the boss. So we use a master phrase, sort of a password to get into the fort.
Bashk at this point kind of steps forward and growls a little bit and
What is it?
What is the passphrase?
Don't leave us hanging, Mabel.
Unless it's been changed recently, the current phrase is, "By the bloody bones of St. Gilmorg, who wants to know?" And no, I have no idea who St. Gilmorg is.
Did somebody write that down?
I'll write it down.
By the body bonds of St. Gilmore. Okay, got it. Who wants to know?
Sounds like a BS check on that.
It's an older code, sir, but it checks out.
Yeah, roll perception there, Mitchell.
It's 19 total.
Oh yeah, this person, seems to be telling the truth. Doesn't want to die.
Okay.
Yeah,
This bandit does not want to die.
So Bashk at this point says, "I don't care what happens to her. We have what we need." and he kind of goes off and starts checking bodies. He's done. He has the information he needs. He honestly doesn't care. We can leave her tied up here. We can take her back to the post and make her work. And
so maybe Sirio's with this bandit here, and Bashk maybe begins looking around the encampment, things like that. The bandit leader was carrying 2 sickles, just regular pieces of equipment, a lesser healing potion, and a silver Stag Lord amulet. You now know this is a Stag Lord amulet. And the other 3 bandits also carry Stag Lord amulets. That's 4 total, and as you'll recall, each one is worth 3 gold pieces. Not only that, but the bandit leader also separately carries 8 gold pieces and 5 silver pieces.
hell yeah.
As for these other bandits, they each carry 4 silver pieces in addition to their Stag Lord amulet. They also all carry rations, so again, I'm not really interested in tracking your rations because you keep finding them on everybody.
Do the rations have any added sugar?
Yes. Yeah.
Are they organic?
Pass.
Yeah, like what kind of? We need some spices because that fish on a stick, while nourishing, was kind of bland.
You guys keep bitching about the food, but
I mean,
I don't see anybody else
it
trying to
almost
cook.
killed us.
Well, all right, fair enough.
Literally.
do we have any essence, to?
So Mitchell's
finish
going
off
to
a
pitch
meal?
an idea that we take the bandit back to the camp or the trading post.
Yeah.
Yep. Regroup and get a game plan, look at a map, draw this out, and get a game plan of how to deal with the Stag Lord. Because I'm assuming the raids are going to keep happening if we don't cut it root and stem.
Yeah, we need to go take him out.
Yes. Yeah, and I think the trade post has a new employee, and I think that's fun.
Well, So I have mixed. I just don't want to deal with it. I want to bring it there, and maybe we can. I guess we are the law here, but bandits.
Really, my plan is to bring good old Mabel, because she's been nice and cooperative, back up to Oleg's trading post and kind of try to appeal to Oleg. He seems a little not softer, but kind of the more agreeable.
Are you trying to rehabilitate the bandit?
Well, yeah.
We are out in the wilderness, and I'm not taking her back to Rostov.
No, I figured we would just leave her tied up and just go.
I don't think we can leave her living and to report back to the boss, and I don't really feel comfortable killing her. But so I'm kind of, but I definitely don't think we can leave. We can just let her.
Drei doesn't want to have to babysit anything.
It's just a couple days journey in the trolley.
Yeah.
Keep her tied up in the trolley.
Yep.
Latch her to the front of it.
And
Mad Max.
we have 3 party members back at the trading post as well that can maybe help babysit.
Oh, that's a valid point. Yeah. Let's let Valerie deal with her.
So hold her prisoner at the trade post, at least for now.
Yep.
Maybe
Honored guest.
Maybe appeal to her, softer side, and see if she wants to switch teams.
Let's see. So you do, I assume, search the rest of the camp or anything like that, or you?
Yeah, it looks like there's a wagon over there on the other side of the river. I'll go check, get my arrow back from A.
You want perception checks or anything?
Yeah, roll perception checks. Search this camp.
Drei rolled a 22.
12.
Rolled a 9.
Okay. Yeah. So it takes you a little bit of time, but the spoils are hidden. The spoils of this camp are really kind of hidden throughout mundane supplies, such as their food and their firewood, and their tents and stuff. The stash, as you lay it all out after finding everything, 9 gold pieces, 121 silver pieces. You find a pair of silver earrings worth 15 gold pieces. You find a wooden music box that you think appraises for about 8 gold pieces. It's nice. 3 crates of furs and pelts worth 5 gold pieces per crate. Looks like that's from Oleg's.
How many of those? How many crates?
3 crates, 5 gold pieces per crate. And 8 bottles of herbal liqueur.
Ooh, we getting drunk tonight, boys.
2
Party.
gold pieces a pop.
It's like that bottle of gin we bought for somebody that I think is still in my cabinet downstairs.
Mitch is gonna drink that driving the steam trolley. It's gonna be
It
awesome.
is abnormal, to say the least, to see kind of this
Liqueur.
This liquor is I mean, it's weird. I mean,
where was this going and where did it come from? Can I do a check on it to see like the labels or anything? What they're
sure. Make a culture check.
Culture check. Is
that society?
Society.
Sorry, too much Starfinder.
Modifier society. That is a 22 total.
Yeah, you're not sure where it came from or what it is. It's got this herbal essence to it, and it looks like it might have been homebrewed, like some kind of moonshine or something. But you've just never seen anything like it. But you pop the cork off the top of one of these bottles, and the fumes just waft out and they hit you, and it's just like, oh my god! It's like this. Like you could not drink this. It is pure. It is so potent.
Wow,
it's crazy.
Can we cut it with water?
I'll give the bottle to Amiri. I bet she can handle it.
I was going to say, does Mitch think he can make the steam trolley like super? Can he treat it like Nas? Pouring this in there, yeah.
I could add this to the alchemical fuel. Give it a little bit of a kick. Make it smell a little worse.
So will all this stuff like the crates fit in the trolley?
Sure.
Good answer.
There's a luggage rack on the top. It's cool.
All right. Yeah, so you're going to use this area here to camp, or are you going to go look for another place?
Oh, we're going to use theirs. It's already set up.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, you bring the steam trolley in. You keep Mabel the bandit tied up. Got all this booze. You got all this loot. Took this bandit camp down. You feel like you've done some good work for Oleg today. We're going to draw the curtain on this day and also on this game. Good job, guys. Good game. We'll pick this back up next time.
That was fun.
So,
how many experiences?
Prepping the camp, like, hopefully